Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. This is Thursday. This is a great day to be alive. Why? Because you get a chance to do it all over again. It's a great day to wake up and say, you know what? Today's a day I'm going to change my life, move in a different direction, be a better me. Whatever you choose to do, ladies and gentlemen, here's a great day to do it. Don't let the stress and the fear of life get you right now. They got the nation and the world right now in a panic. You can go ahead and get that panic and let it take over, but you also have other options. Panic doesn't really help anything. And matter of fact, it usually makes it worse. So just focus on something else. And ironically enough, that kind of goes right into what we're talking about today. I'm Demarcus Tunstall. Today is March 19th, 2020, 20, sorry, yeah, 2020. There you go. And it's the Beta Project. Welcome to it. It's a motivational set. We just kind of run things and put videos up and hope that you really can help inspire people and plant seeds. Obviously, I cannot make anybody change, but maybe if I plant a seed, one day you might be able to harvest that seed. So I was able to do the same thing, reaching and getting different books. So I just want to kind of share my knowledge and hopefully that my words and my spirit one day are able to help somebody else to get through some tough times. So let's go ahead and get after this. Today's quote is, "You get what you focus on." So focus on what you want. And so I read that before I read the title of today's video. And the title of today's video is That's a No No. So I really wanted to do this. So, yes, that's a no no. And so what we're talking about today has a lot to do with what's going on in this world right now. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to give it power. And you actually do that. So even me thinking about it right now, I'm not trying to give it any power, but I'm going to just start talking about it as that thing. We're going to refer to it as the thing, okay? So that thing is out there right now. That little thing out there um, is really kind of affecting the way our the economy, the way the landscape of our nation's going to be. Things that are happening are unprecedented in many ways. And so that thing, though, ladies and gentlemen, is getting power based on the fear that we give it. But what I want to focus on, ladies and gentlemen, is this no-no thing because this no-no is pretty awesome. So that's a no-no, meaning that that's a I can't even let me read this. So I've got two books we're going from today, actually. Two great books. We got The Law of Attraction and we've got The Secret today. What's really cool is that I opened up this book directly to the page I needed. That's crazy. And at the beginning of this book, it literally says, "Have you ever noticed that sometimes what you need just falls into place?" And then I literally read that. I was like, "Oh, cool." And opened up the book and there it was. So this is what I was supposed to talk about today. So somebody's going to get something from this today. Maybe I might get something from this today. I hope I do. So here we go. This is from we're starting off with the law of attraction because we're going to talk about how we keep getting what we don't want. Have you ever noticed that things that you don't want just keep coming to you, right? So we're going to talk about how that is and why that is. So here we go. It says, don't, not, and no. Here we go. All right, so I need everybody to focus up. So if you're listening and you're driving, just listen. If you're watching, just watch. Just kind of focus in on me, okay? So because I'm going to give you some instructions. So here's what I want you to do first. So first thing I want you to do is don't think of the Empire State Building, or sorry, don't think of the Statue of Liberty in New York. All right, so now I know that you just did. Your unconscious and conscious mind automatically filter out the words don't, not, and no. Let me say that again. Your unconscious and conscious mind automatically filter out the words don't, not, and no. So when you use these words, you are actually internalizing in your mind the exact things you are being told not to do. Okay. For example, if I said, "Do not think of a snowstorm," I guarantee you would start thinking of a snowstorm almost immediately. Even though the instruction was not to do something, your unconscious and subconscious mind edit out the part of the instruction. There are there are other common expressions that give more attention and energy to what I don't want. Have you ever heard yourself say any of these words? Don't get mad. I'm not blaming. Don't hesitate to call me. Don't be fooled. Don't worry. I don't want this to hurt. Don't litter, don't smoke. I'm not judging. Don't panic. No rush, no worry. Rush, worry. Don't look now. Look now. Don't run with scissors. Run with scissors. Don't forget. I don't want my clients to cancel. Don't be late. Slam the door. Slam. So those are words right there in the law of attraction. It actually responds the same way in your mind when they respond the same way. If you don't, okay, so let me read this to you. Here you go. The law of attraction responds the same way your mind does. It hears what you don't want. When you hear yourself make a statement containing the words don't, not, or no, you're actually giving attention and energy into what you don't want. Now, we talked before about what we focus on is what you get. So if you're focused on what you don't want, and now you know that your brain actually filters out the word no and not, now you're realizing every time you say, I don't want that, you're actually saying, I want that. Give me more of that. Because that's where your energy goes. That's where your focus goes. You know, that's why if you guys have ever been on those dating sites, and I've talked about this before a little bit, like when you're on those dating sites and you read someone's profile and it says, I don't want a man who's going to be uh, this, and I don't want a man who's not that. I don't want a woman who's this, and I don't want a woman who's not that. What they're actually telling you, and you don't even realize you're doing it because you're just reading it, if you are of those, you will respond. And so, unless you're very aware and you're paying attention, and when I start seeing people say, you know, when I was back on those sites and I started seeing people say, I don't want this, I had to say, okay, I need to move away from that because they have no control yet. They don't understand what they're saying. Or when your boss says, no, I don't want, and then all of a sudden, well, you don't have to say you don't want because now everybody's focused on that one thing, right? What you don't want. Hey, guys, I don't want anybody putting in food in the refrigerator without this, that, and the other. Now they're focused on the refrigerator with food and stuff, right? So we're going to talk here really quick. I just want you to kind of get an idea of what I'm going for. Obviously, you may have gotten it already. That's great. But let me read you something else. And this is from The Secret here. It says, it's by John Assaraf at this particular point. It says, here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want. And they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. Have you ever noticed that you say, oh, I don't want a man who's going to hit me. And then all of a sudden you get a man who hits you. You keep finding men who hit you because that's all you keep focusing on. And you remember, I don't want is actually telling your brain what you do want because that's where your energy is. That's what you're focusing on. Now, the reason I keep bringing that up is because that thing we were talking about, when you say, I don't want it, or I don't want to get it, or all this other stuff where you're saying that, you're giving energy to it. You're focusing in on it, and therefore you're giving it power. And so you're attracting different scenarios and different situations that can put you close to that particular situation, that thing. Okay. So most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. The only reason why people do not have what they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. And it's pretty simple stuff, right? Listen to your thoughts and listen to the words you say. The law is absolute and there is no mistake. So I had a friend of mine yesterday, or the other day, I think it was Wednesday, and I said, "Hey, man, are you a smoker?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm a smoker." I'm like, and he's trying to quit. I go, "You're screwed." He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Because you are paying attention to what you are, and you're putting energy into it. So therefore, you're never going to be able to let it go. So you have to understand that you're not a smoker, and that way, if you believe that you don't smoke, or I don't smoke or whatever, now you're not going to do it because it's the essence of what you believe. You put your energy into it. Your body will create the version of you that is in your mind. So if you are something, it will make you do that. But also at the same time, if you focus on what you don't want, oh, I don't want to be a smoker, you also will start smoking. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to be willing to take the thoughts that we have and take the energy out of it, take those no words out of it, and realize what we're actually saying. Don't think about an orange right now. How many people thought about an orange? I mean, it's a perfect prime example of what's exactly going on. An epidemic. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize this is here. This is big. Okay, here we go. Actually, I was looking for this. Wow, crazy. I wanted to do a video on the coronavirus. I did one earlier. I was looking for this statement right here. That's crazy. It wasn't supposed to be for then, it's supposed to be for today. An epidemic worse than any plague that mankind has ever seen has been raging for centuries. It is the don't want epidemic. People keep this epidemic alive when they are predominantly think, speak, act, and focus on what they don't want. But this is the generation that will change history because we are receiving the knowledge that can free us from this epidemic. It begins with you, and you can be a pioneer of this new thought movement by simply thinking and speaking about what you want. Focus on what you want. The law of attraction doesn't care whether you perceive something as good or bad, or whether you don't want it, or whether you actually really do want it. It responds to your thoughts. So if you're looking at a mountain full of debt, feeling terrible about it, that's the signal that you're putting out into the universe. I feel really bad because I've got all this debt. You're just affirming it to yourself. You feel it on every level you're being, that's what you're going to get more of. So that's really interesting, right? That you focus on debt, you get debt, right? So here's what I want you to think about. This is pretty cool. Think about the horror movies. Like you see Jason chasing somebody or walking somebody down. Somehow this girl's been a track star for 50 years, 15 years. She's running. Ooh, she got the perfect form. And then all of a sudden, Jason just walks up to her and stabs her, right? But whenever that happens, ladies and gentlemen, when that person's like, when Jason's coming at that person, what are the first thing they say? No, 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 no. So based on this exact situation that we're talking about, because we focus on what we don't want. No, I don't want you to stab me or kill me. Then Jason's gonna do it, right? Could you imagine how different and how weird this like horror movies would be? Is that whenever that Jason was coming at them, they're like, yes, stab me, do it, come on. Just wait, hold on, what? Um, I don't want to stab you. I don't want to stab you at all. So you know, it's a little silly to think about, ladies and gentlemen, but you're focusing on the opposite of what you are, right? Or Jason would stab you because that's what you're focused on. But what if you just didn't focus on Jason? There's many Jasons in your life, ladies and gentlemen. There's many things in your life, and whatever you're going to think about for the long run, if whether it's good or bad, whether the nots, the no's, the don'ts, the won'ts, all of that situation, ladies and gentlemen, those things are going to show up. So take those out of your vocabulary instead of saying I don't want an orange. Say I want an apple. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's little thoughts like that that just change what you receive on a consistent basis. I don't want any more debt compared to I want more money. Whole different ball game. See, the thing is, the debt brings down your money, but getting more money, you can pay down your debt, but you're not focused on your debt. And that's all I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to change your no. I want you to change your not. I want you to change your don't. Your brain doesn't hear it anyway, so stop saying it. Stop telling me, oh, I don't want to foul out or I don't want to mess up. Guess what your body just heard? I want to mess up. So stop saying these not words and say, I want to be successful. You get this the same thing. I don't want to mess up and I want to be a success. Technically speaking, in layman's terms, are the same. But this one, your brain hears all you want to do is mess up and you suck and you will suck. But this one, your brain hears, I want to be a success and it will bring success to you. Remember, you are a transmission tower and you're consistently attracting that energy and that vibration to you. And so we don't want you to attract the wrong things, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to change the thoughts and the words that you say out loud. And I do this with a lot of my friends, and maybe why my friends disappear. I don't really mind. It's okay because they'll say, "Oh man, I don't want." I like, hold on, stop, say it again. Like, what do you mean? I go, say it again in a different way, and they'll say it again without the not, the don't, and the no word in it, and that way they can get more of it. Like it's a really simple concept and but it's one of those things that we do so unconsciously that we just start saying things and we have a society that focuses on so much negative that we get swept up in the negative. So imagine if something as simple as watching your words every single day, and when you say it, I say it all the time. I'm sorry, I used to say it all the time. I don't say it. Sorry, I used to say it all the time. I say other things now. I almost said it. Did you hear it? I used to say it all the time, but I don't say it anymore. So now my brain says, "Oh, you still say it?" So instead, I'm gonna say, "I used to say it all the time, but now I choose different words. Different, same exact meaning, but what your brain hears and interprets is what follows through. What you think about becomes. So I just want you to think differently, ladies and gentlemen. You could change your whole life with different thoughts. Try this for a week, just a week. Instead of when you say something, just like I did, when you say something, you catch yourself, stop, pause, and reword it. You get what I'm saying? Make it easy on you. But it's a chance to rediscover the power that's in your life and to draw and attract things that you want. Because I want you to have everything that you want, but you can't have anything that you want if you're not willing to take out the words that are keeping you away from it. Words. What if it was a simple? Think about this, ladies. Let me get close. Let me get super close. Think that out. Okay. Let me get super close. What if the only thing keeping you from what you want is the words that you say in your head and say out loud? Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, look, let me read it again. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, change your thoughts. Only think about the positive things. Only think about how you want great things to happen. Don't think about anything else. And if you do that, watch how it changes. 1 week. Change it for 1 week, and maybe it'll become habit. But the cool thing is either way, you do something great. And that's all I have. Let me show you the starting again, ladies and gentlemen. You get what you focus on. So focus on what you want. If you focus on what you don't want, if you focus on the no, if you focus on the can't, if you focus on any of those kind of words, ladies and gentlemen, you're focusing on the wrong things and you're not going to get what you want. So focus on what you want and you got this. You're strong, you're powerful. I believe in each and every single one of you, and I appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much. Oh, let me show you my shirt. You know what my shirt says. It's all about that legacy, baby. That legacy is my favorite shirt. I love this shirt. And like I said, in the legacy shirt, there's things like longevity, assets, it's learning, vision, wisdom, strength. Those things make up legacy to me. And when I saw the shirt, I had to have it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to stay focused on who you want to be in the end. Because guess what? What we're going through, that thing that we're going through right now, it's only temporary and it will go away. Ooh, I want to say this to you quick. I'm going to try to say this on every video, but I might forget. Some of you are going to have like weeks off, 2 weeks off, a month off, and you're going to struggle. Why? Because you are now seeing the effects of what happens when you don't invest in having what they call passive income. Passive income is that income that comes in whether you're working or not. The world has told us over and over again that we have to just get a job. But the problem is with the job is that the job pays you to be there. So you're trading time for money. And the only issue with that is that you don't actually control that job. And a lot of people are starting to realize that now. The good job controls you. They can tell you when you're off and when you're not off. They can tell you what to do and not to do. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot that goes on when you have that job. Now, I'm not saying I have a job. What I'm saying is find a way to get passive income that will pay you. Passive income pays you when you're not there working. So you get passive income, find a place to put your money into that you can create passive income for yourself. Why is that important? It's because, ladies and gentlemen, if you had passive income right now, you would not have the situation where you're trying to figure out where your next meal is coming from. You wouldn't have the situation where you figure out where your money's coming from, how to pay your bills this week. You wouldn't have that. But instead, your passive income creates that. Find passive income. This is giving you a chance to reboot your whole life. You got 2 weeks off to start studying. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need somewhere to study, I've got people and places and mentors that will gladly sit down and talk with you to help you to find a passive income that works for you. But ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a point in time where they may lock us in our homes and not let us go anywhere. You know who's going to make a lot of money? The people who are involved in different passive income streams because they don't have to be at work, but yet you're still spending your money. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say about that passive income, at least right now. If you want to talk more about it, hit me up. I can gladly help. But the idea behind this, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're going to suffer right now if you don't have any passive income because the world is changing. Remember, you got weeks off. You're not making your money for whatever reason, right? Some are paying you, some are not. Some are, but here's a great time. You got 2 weeks to redefine yourself. I would highly recommend turn off the TV, turn off the Netflix, turn off the radio, and actually pick up a book. Look, this is a great book. This book right here will teach you, and you could read this book in 2 weeks. Think and Grow Rich. This will teach you how to create money for yourself. And that way you don't have to worry about somebody paying you. This right here, and you can still get it. Understand, this is not about getting rid of your job, but this is about having something else when your job falls through. You're watching what happens right now. This right here is the law of attraction. It'll teach you how to attract more things that you want. This one right here will teach you how to attract more things that you want. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to step up. And now's the time. Now's the time for you to step forward for yourself, for your children, create your legacy so that your passive income, do you know passive income can pay your children long after you're gone? I know mine does. I don't even have kids right now. But as I build my passive income, my children will benefit in the long run. The same thing, ladies and it's about, because the thing is, if I'm dead, I can't work a job. If I'm dead, I can't pass my job along to my kids, but I can pass my income on to my kids if I do it the right way. So if you need a passive income source, if you need to figure out what your life is doing next, all these things are very important questions. If these are questions you are having right now and you're freaking out, come talk to me. I have mentors that can talk to you. I promise you, what we will do is we'll sit down and help you to guide yourself in the right direction. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, the nation is going to suffer for a bit. And you know what? We've got to stick together as a group. And so if you need help, let me know. Don't right now is the time that ego is going to really destroy people. Let that ego go. If you need help, reach out to somebody and get some help. If it's not me, someone else that you might like, I don't care who you are, reach out to me and let me help. Why? Because right now we're going through some things and we need to team up. That whole village to raise a child right now, It also takes a village to survive sometimes. And we need to get together as a group and grow as a group. And when we're done, you can go back to your situation if you really want to. But now is the time to start building your legacy. Now is the time to start creating passive income for yourself. Because otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, if this ever happens again or you're fired again, you're going to freak out and you're going to worry, just like you're doing right now. Now it's time to change things. It's time to be different now instead of doing the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, our nation was originally founded on people, on farmers. Farmers had their land and they took their land and then they wanted a place to send their kids while they went to work. They got offered these factory jobs so they didn't have to work all day in the fields. So they sent their kids to school, and the schools decided to start educating kids as they watch them. Well, now guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The jobs are sending people home. The schools are sending people home. So now you got to raise your kid. You got to teach your kid, which you weren't necessarily. I mean, you were doing it, but the school was doing most of the work. So now you've got to do it, and now you don't have any money coming in, so you're really freaking out. This is the time to invest one in your children in your home to restructure who you are and what you believe, and two, it's a great time for you to step up and to put some things in place so that whenever this happens again, or if this ever happens again, or if you're freaking out now and you want to make more, now is the time to start investing in you and the world. That's all I have. Create that legacy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. I believe and I love in each and every single one of you. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you soon.